Mirror, mirror, death, a reality that no one never wants to face. But what if death is not really as hard as we think? Well, let's talk about it. Hey y'all. Hi. I missed you. I missed all y'all so very much. I miss being in this space. Y'all. Whew. 1,001 trillion things has been happening, and your girl was about to lose her mind. It's crazy as much as I'm on here speaking about peace and embracing emotions and being able to push through. Child, woo, this roller coaster here, it took a while for it to end. But we're going to talk about it. Yes, today's episode is dealing with death, but not the death that we're used to. But I'm going to pay reference to that because that's part of the journey that I just went through. But before we even get started, hi! Hi, everyone. I am Chosen. And this is Beyond Your Reflection. This is a channel created by me. However, it is designed for you to peel back those ugly layers until we get to what makes you so beautiful. So get your drink and your snack of choice, baby, and pull up a chill vibration and let's talk about it. Shout out to my three new subby buddies. Ah, you guys is growing. Get us another table for us to pull up to because we about to run out of space and I'm here for it. But welcome, you guys. Welcome, welcome, welcome. So, like I said, I am chosen. And today's is death. Whew. Oh my God. Wait. Happy anniversary. Ah, yes. Hold on. You guys, can you believe? Years and oh my God, time gone. And I do apologize that I was not here with you guys. It was sick, which was because Mother Nature and her tripolar episodes with the weather here, it is something serious. But anyway, you guys, happy anniversary. 2 years going and going because we're remember we are unstoppable. So yeah, anniversary subby buddies. Thank you guys with me throughout the year. All you guys that have liked, commented, subscribed, honey. Thank you. Now go out there and tell their friend and bring their cousin them to the table, boo, so we can grow this channel. December, I need 100 of y'all to be pulling up by my birthday. That's my birthday gift to me. 107 buddies. Okay. So now that we got death, oh, we all know that it's kind of, I mean, we live in to die. We know it's going to be a thing. But your friend, me, I do not deal with death. What stages to grief for me when it comes to death, it takes me a while to process it. Now, it's different if I know it's coming. It's a little bit easier to deal with because it's expected. But when the unexpected happens, uh, yeah, takes me, and then by the time it hits, it's like such is gone, and I'm gonna never see, speak, talk to that person again. And what do we do now? What happens now? Like I spoke brother before, like in year one, about how their deaths both affected me differently. I held that for a while. I held that for a while because his death was unexpected. Just spoke to an hour ago, and then the next hour he's gone. So my mother, I knew it was coming, but it's my mom. Of course, you don't want to let that go. But it took me a while to deal with it and to process it. So that brings me today dealing with death. How do you process and deal with that? I've been out of the loop, you guys, because I have a very, very, very dear friend of mine who's in the transition phase actually of getting ready to leave the game. This is his final journey, and I've been there watching him transition, and it's like, this is not the person that I'm used to. So it hurt. It hurt because I've never truly seen someone transition to death. Mind you, I was there with my mother during her final day. However, she was already kind of gone. Like there was no life emotion coming from her, even though she was still breathing. But there was no alertness, should I say. Like she was there, but she wasn't. So I automatically knew, okay, probably tomorrow or a day or two, that call is going to happen. However, with my friend, when I got the call that he was sick a couple of weeks ago, well, it was a month ago, honestly, but when I got the call, and then the next thing the person said is when you go see him, it's not our friend that we know. It is different. And you guys, when I got there, I was not ready for what I saw and from whom I saw. However, I went back. It took me a minute to process it. I'm not gonna lie, it took me a while to process what's about to happen. And then I went back and I was like, I remembered who he was and the memories that we shared and how he made me smile, how I was excited. Like, we used to work together and how we used to cut up. So I remember that moment. And during the time of sitting with him, going as he's transitioning, I get a phone call that one of my favorite actually died. You guys, this is all within Memorial Day up until present day. So that's why I've been absent because I've been trying to process. And I was out of it. Like, I was in zombie stage. Like, what portal can I walk through that has peace attached to it? Because it felt like I was drowning and I felt like I was suffocating mentally. I felt like I could not breathe, even in my breath work. You guys, I'm constantly strongly speaking about whenever you are going through, take that breath and just think. Y'all, I couldn't. I tried several times, and all I can do was cry. But then I thought about it. I was like, well, maybe that's my way of processing and dealing. And I think that's okay. Because the way I grew up military style as a brat, I was told that crying was a form of weakness. And if you guys go back to a couple of episodes last year, I spoke about that. But then as I grew up, I knew better, I started doing better. So to me, crying was also a form of release, which is why I'm here. I'm able to talk about it because I was able to push through that moment. So I sat down and I deciphered what death means, not in our regular terms or as far as the dictionary is concerned, but you remember my first year when I talked about the rebirth of self, and I said the old you has to die in order for the new you to come forth. That's in real world and spiritual also. When you think of real world, when the person expires, what's the first thing we do? We celebrate their life. And then we go back down memory lane. I just felt like doing that. But we go back down memory lane and we always think about those good times and the good moments and how that person made us feel. The things that they gave to us, the little nuggets, whether it's your mother or whomever, and you take those little pieces that was given to you and you try to process that, or you make that into a new puzzle. Maybe there's a piece of you in the puzzle called life that's missing. So you can take that nugget that that person gave you and it may fit in that position and fill that void that we're going through, that the person is no longer here. But when it comes to us, and what I talk about for the last 2 years on this channel, the old you has to. The person that used to fight, cuss, fuss, drink, steal, whatever, that old person, that bitter, angry black man or woman, or that person that just could not deal with anything or anyone, pop off at the dime, just get mad for no reason, constantly sad, depressed, crying, whomever that person was, the happiness that you're now trying to receive and bring out, well, you can't have that with the sad person as well. It kind of doesn't balance out. So one's going to have to go in order for the new person to come forth. So dealing with the transition of the loved ones, that's the old person. Like the person I saw, my coworker, that's not, that's something new. That's someone new that I was not ready to receive. But when he does transpire, or transition, excuse me, expire, transition, it'll make it easier for me because I saw what I saw was not the person that I'm accustomed to. When it comes back to what we talk about on this channel, when people see you now, it is not the person that they knew 10, 20 years ago, maybe even 5 minutes, maybe even yesterday. Yesterday, you probably was that person that popped off, but for some reason, God maybe came to you and you was like, you know what? Tomorrow gonna be a whole different day. I'm finna wake up. I'm finna do something different with my time, my life, or whatever, however. Every time something dies, something else will be born in its place. So I took the word death and I broke it down to the best way that I can know that helped me. And so I'm sharing it with you. So I took each letter and broke it down. So literally to me now, death stands for defining the emotion and trying to heal. We say it again. Defining the emotion and trying to heal. You can look at it from both spectrum, like when a person that you love and respect, care for, when they do expire, when they do die, you try to define why or what that death meant, especially no matter how the transition was, whether it's expected or unexpected. You try to define what that is, and then you process the emotion that comes with it, whether that's sadness or anger, or maybe you are able to find comfort because of the fact that that person has suffered for so long. Now you know that they're no longer suffering. And then you try your hardest to heal from that moment. That's reality. Spiritual world, when you define the emotion and you try to heal, that emotion can be, like I said, the anger, the bitterness, the wanting to curse out, the wanting to lash out, the wanting to walk out, the wanting to fight, cuss, fuss, steal, rob, shoot, whatever. When you find out exactly what is the trigger of that trauma, then you can try to start healing from it. Once you define what it is, what that particular thing is, and then you can try to decipher the emotion that comes with it. If in that moment you feel like you just gotta pop off, maybe you should take a step back and be like, or I could just ignore, or I could just walk away. Hell, you can even try to smile because the whole thing is going to confuse the other person. Like, oh, what the hell? Yeah, you thought you was going to win this battle, but no. Why? Because now I am trying to heal from the thing or the person or the place. Remember, I talked about those nouns. Whatever it is that is trying to hinder you or that's trying to bring you down or that's trying to stop you from getting to the next level, whatever that emotion is, once you define what that thing is, then you can try to start the healing. Then you can sit down and really break down exactly what it is, who it is, where you were, what happened that caused you to react that way. And then you can peel off that ugly layer and get to the new parts of beauty. When I say death in the reality world, trying to heal from it, especially when it's someone that's super close, whether it's a spouse, a mother, a sister, boyfriend, girlfriend, whomever it is. Death in every form hurts. That is the reality. It hurts no matter what. But with you becoming the new creature, the new person, the rebirth of the new you, you're able to take that death of whomever that person is, and then you can try to heal. You know how they say time heals all wounds? Takes a while. Some for others, some are quicker. But once you're able to sit down and really process, okay, well, hey, such and such gave me 25 years of marriage. That's amazing. Two beautiful kids, five kids, or whomever. Thank you. He or she set me up for generational wealth. Thank you. We were together since the age of 16. Thank you. My mother or my father, I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for them. Thank you. They gave me life. They gave me 65 years, 50 years, 20 years, 18 years, however long that time span was for them. Think about how precious those moments were with them. That's the healing part. That's when their anniversary or their death comes up or how they died. It no longer angers you as it did in the beginning because now you're trying and starting to heal. When it comes to yourself, when you can analyze and you can look at the things that are starting to cause you harm, and when you step back and before you would pop off like that, when you start thinking about it or even taking that breath, and before you would react the way you normally would, if you're able to react different, baby, that's when you are starting to heal. When you're able to define that one thing or multiple things or however, whatever emotion it is that is taking you to a dark place. When you can define what that is, remove it and replace it with a different type of emotion, that's called healing. That means that that old thing that used to tick you off is dead. And the new you is now born. And that's the person that you can start working on. That's when the healing can begin. So, in reality, once that person has now transitioned, that was the easy part. The hard part is what to do the next day that they're no longer here. How do you keep going? How do you process? Well, in the spiritual world, I'm talking about you, that spiritual being, that spiritual portal that we're in. Yes, I live in those portals. But when you're able to look at what it is that's causing you to react a certain way and replace it with something different and more positive, then baby girl or sir, you, my friends, are now stepping into your healing. And that's when the beautiful parts of you will be born. Because remember, as I always say, you are wonderfully, fearfully, and beautifully made. You just have to know how to tap into those parts. Once you look beyond the reflection that you see and you look at the old parts that have died, honey, the new birth is so beautiful. Even in the afterlife, it's so beautiful. But while you're here on earth, define the emotion and try to heal. And I promise you, you will feel 1,000% better. I am a living testimony. Look how long it's been since you guys have been here with me. That's how long it took me to let those emotions die and to pull out the rebirth of self. And that's why I'm here with you. Even though we're still going through that phase, I know how to heal when I feel it happen. I hope this episode meant something to you. If it did, you know what to do, baby. Hit that thumbs up. Oh, the bell. You better be glad I can't reach it. But it's there. But it's also there too. Yes, yes. Hit the bell. Hit the bell for notifications. Because I'm going to continue to do this every single Sunday. I know I kept telling you, oh, wait a minute. Look what I found. Ta-da! It's there, baby. Hit that bell for the notifications. So when I come back with a vengeance, baby, you will know all about it. Until then, continue to live your blessed life. And I'll see you on the next one. I love everything about you, and so should you.